is a glass of water. Now, take a fine look on it. Can you guess how old it is? The water in this glass may have fallen from the sky as teardrops of rainwater just last week or maybe days gone by. But did you know that the water itself has been just about pretty much as long as the earth has? When the earliest fish crawled out of the ocean onto the land, your glass of water was part of the ocean.
The earth has only limited of water. The water keeps on going around and around and around and many more around. And we called it as water cycle.
Cycle is also known as hydraulic cycle, which means the sequence of conditions through which water passes from vapor in the atmosphere and through precipitation upon land or water surfaces, and eventually back into the atmosphere as a result of evaporation and transpiration. And speaking of precipitation, evaporation, and transpiration, we will now move on to our next topic, which is the main parts of water.
The first part of water cycle is evaporation. The process evaporation occurs when the sun heats up the waters in ocean and turns into vapor or steam. This water vapor or steam leaves the ocean and goes into the air. The sun here acts as a heat receptor, which causes the water to heat up then vaporize.
So I have a question for all of you. Do you think plants sweat? I think so. Kuya! Do you think plants sweat?
No, maybe.
Do you think plants sweat? A lot of people answered yes, no, or maybe, but the truth is, plants do sweat. If people perspire, then plants transpire. This leads to the second part of water cycle, which is called transpiration.
Transpiration is the process by which plants lose water out of their leaves. Transpiration gives evaporation a bit of hand in getting the water vapor back up in the air.
Water vapor in the air gets cold and changed back to liquid, forming clouds. This is called condensation, which is the third part of water cycle. You can see the same sort of things at home if you experiment a little. Pour a glass of cold water on a hot day and observe what happens. Water forms outside of the glass. That water did not somehow leak through the glasses. It actually came from the air. Water vapor in the warm air turns back to liquid when it touches the cold glass.
The last part of water cycle is precipitation. Precipitation occurs when so much water has condensed that air cannot hold it anymore. The clouds get heavy and water falls back to earth in the form of hail, rain, or snow.
And animals use to drink, or it may run over the soil and collect in the oceans, lakes, or rivers, where the cycle starts all over again.
Let's be thankful because of water cycle. Because if it weren't for it, we may be out of water today and mankind would be not mankind.